Hello. Thank you for joining. I'm Les Johnson, Morning Java with Les. We're going to dive into something this morning that maybe some of you would like to know about. I'm going to be talking about YouTube versus television on a platform where you can teach people, or if you want to have your own television show. I'm going to give you some of the ideas and some of the realities associated with having your own television show versus the YouTube platform, if you will, of being able to get your videos online with YouTube and start displaying them to the world. Why don't we get right into this? Okay, first off, I'm going to give you a little bit of background about me. I've been airing since 2006, so I've been filming television shows since about 2004 is probably when I started trying to acquire footage. So with that said, right now, 2017 is going to be the start of my 12th year on television, and I will have completed 260 original television episodes whenever I get all of my shows edited for this year. I did 8 full years of 26 originals, so I was airing for 52 weeks a year for 8 years, and then I went down to 13 original episodes, primarily because it got so expensive to be on television, and it's hard to acquire sponsorship dollars from a company. They will not allot you enough money for a full year simply because they've got to allocate sponsorship dollars to other areas of advertising, which is print advertising, internet advertising, all other kinds of advertising avenues rather than just television. So I think I can speak pretty fluently on the side of television, and I don't know of anybody else making a video like this that's actually aired on television as long as I have, producing 260 original episodes. So I do have knowledge in that. Do I love it? I like TV, but it's wearing me out, just the expense associated with that, and we'll go over that. It wears you down, and pretty soon you're going to be crawling like a little baby. And so I'm glad I've got some Java, and I can go over this stuff with you. Okay, let's dive right into it. I've got my trusty whiteboard up here, so hopefully you can see everything. Basically, starting off with television, the number one factor that limits the television side of things is it's very expensive. Typically, I like to think somewhere around break even, somewhere in television is somewhere around $250,000 for a 6-month television show producing 13 original episodes. So with that, you have several different breakdowns of the expense part, and that's the airtime, the editing, and the filming. Those are some of the most heavily costly sides of the expenses. And on that too should be closed captioning, and there's other expenses that are not in there. But I want to tell you, just the airtime, you're gonna be spending way over $100,000 just to air your show on television. And with that, there's numerous different breakdowns, and I'm just gonna skim through some of it. But typically, when you acquire a contract with a television network, you first have got to be approved. They've got to see an episode cut to their specs with their guidelines, and you've got to submit it to them. They take a look at it and say, yeah, I think we could take this TV show. Then they're going to want to know your whole financial background, because they know there's a good chance that you're going to disappear within 3 years. You're going to go broke. You're going to fall off a cliff because you can't handle the stress. And there's going to be other factors that's going to push you out of the industry, because maybe your name or your business or your TV personality, your face is not going to be popular with the public. Maybe you're going to be too arrogant. Maybe you're going to be too cocky. Maybe people will not like that. So that's a huge, huge factor in the whole startup of a television show. You've got to know how you're going to film the show. You've got to have an editor lined up that can actually handle the production guidelines, that's basically done the television editing, and you've got to be able to come up with your airtime money. The only way you come up with your airtime money is you've got to have sponsorship, or you're going to have to be independently wealthy, one or the other, and you're going to use the television show as a tax write-off for your own product or whatever. Okay, we've talked a little bit about that, but I'm going to keep moving here. The controlled audience. Okay, when I've aired on television, first starting out, they weren't on Dish, they weren't on DirecTV, they were only in cable households, cable networks. So you were on Cox, Comcast, Time Warner, Galaxy, Adelphia, Bresnan, Time Warner, I think I may have mentioned them. Those were all that I was on early in my life. Well, there really wasn't a way for sponsors to monitor how many households you were in back then. But once they gained the platform of Dish and DirecTV, they then became Nielsen rated, which then they can see how many people are viewing your TV show. And that's a double-edged sword. Because if not many people are watching your show and you're trying to get sponsorship dollars, why is the sponsor going to pay you that when he knows it's not worth it? You know, so you have a controlled audience. I can't control how many people that watch me on television. I just hope that my show is entertaining, it's fun, I'm showing some action, and I hope that wherever they blast it out in their cable platform, their DirecTV, their digital platform, hoping that people like my personality and they watch my show. Okay, going back up to the expensive part, you've got to have sponsorship dollars. If you do not get sponsors, there's another reason, and you don't need sponsors. You're independently wealthy, or you have your own product line and you're using the television show as an advertising vehicle for your own product line. So in a sense, it is a marketing platform for you, so you're using it as a write-off. So hence for me, I use the show somewhat for the Ruffy Dog call line, my Jack and Cottontail Deluxe call line. When I came out with a television show, I knew I had to have products to survive, because there was no way that just sponsorship dollars was going to help me. So I created my own product line. The Predator line was easy for me because I've done it my whole life. Unlike some people, if they're in the deer hunting industry, how are they going to come out with their own product? They've got to be able to spend a lot of money on a product line to get it to fruition. This is a real big key of the whole television side of things, is the production guidelines. Now, the network I'm airing on right now is Pursuit Channel. Their production guidelines are not as long as that, but in the past I've aired on other networks, and their production guidelines are actually, you need a lawyer to read them. Like, it's insane. I can't tell you how frustrating it is when you open a document and it's 30 pages long and you're supposed to follow all these guidelines to put a 30-minute TV show together. Now, with that said, within the guidelines, basically on television, there's certain things you're not supposed to do. They don't want you pimping a product, putting a website up, putting a telephone number up. You cannot, when you give a product review, they don't even want it longer than 1 minute in length. So basically, going back to your television show, in how do you keep an audience? It's got to be action-packed. It's got to be full of cool videography, cinematography, if you will, and or you got to show a lot of kills like I do. I like to try to keep at least 3 to 5 kills on every episode of my television show, because I want to be known as a killer, not a talking head like I am now. I'm able to talk to you, which is what's great. So, with the production guidelines, there's also stipulations on ethical shot placement of an animal. So basically a running coyote, technically you shouldn't even be shooting at one, right? Because it's running and you know your chances of hitting that coyote perfect to kill it is slim to none. So they want ethical shots. They want, there's other things in the guidelines. Basically all it does is protect them and it puts you at risk. So basically I could be dropped at any 1 second for my television show not following a guideline. So basically it's total control. They have control over you. You have no control whatsoever. So basically it makes it so much tougher on just the television side of things just to keep a television show going. One of the things that's pulled me to YouTube, the last television network I aired on, they told me they wanted control of all my footage and all they would allow me. Now bear in mind, it's my footage. I go out, I film it with my brother or whatever. It's my production equipment. Nobody owns this equipment but me. It's my footage. They wanted to only let me put as little as 3 minutes from a 20-minute program or a 30-minute program on YouTube. That's all I could put on. They wanted to control my footage. I said, no deal, I'm done. I'm not gonna let somebody control my footage and reap the rewards of my footage, making them look better when it's my stuff. So I'm done with all that. I may just stay with YouTube here in the future, but there's a lot of things that people don't know. And like I said, with airing for 12 years now on television, there's not many people can say they've done that, and I'm trying to shed some light on it. Okay, this is a key one right here. The only way you make money is through sponsorships, your own products, logo licensing, or you're independently wealthy. Okay, so sponsorships are a huge thing. Now remember, the hunting industry, the fishing industry is a small industry. Okay, when I was airing on television 5 years ago, there was over 140, 150 television shows in the hunting and fishing industry. Okay, so you take that many of us, we're all competing for the same sponsors. Okay, you got Pigman going in for a sponsorship with one of the sponsors that I'm dealing with. Why wouldn't they want to sponsor him and not me? You know, Fred Eichler, another great television host. They sponsor him but not me, or vice versa. They allocate marketing dollars to whoever they best feel like fits their budget scenario. So it's very tough to get sponsorships. Basically, you've got to be friends with the marketing directors and you've got to take them on hunts, or they've got to see the value in you to want to stay with you and know that you can sell product for them. Because overall, the bottom line is, if you can't sell product for them, they're down the road. And trust me, I've had a lot of sponsors drop me. Just call up or write up. Typically it's an email. They will not give you the decency to call you. They'll write you an email. Hey, sorry, we're not going to be able to do 2017 with you. Well, that's drastic. Whenever somebody pulls, remember, $250,000 to break even, so you know these sponsors got to be paying you a lot of money, and they pull the rug out from under. You just can't replace a sponsor like that, okay? Now, I talked about my own products. I have my own products because I've been a specialist in the predator industry. I developed my own line of products. I have a patent. That took me $200,000 to do my product line, do my logo licensing, do my patent on my calls. It is very expensive. You can't recoup that in 1 year. You can't recoup it in 2 years. You can't recoup it in 3 years. It's a lifetime event, okay? So, excuse me. It just takes a lot of time. So, in all this, if you want to dive right in face first to a television show, chances are, like I said, within 3 years you'll be broke. It's very hard. The other side of it is the logo licensing. I was fortunate. I had the mindset early on in my career of a logo that I thought would be cool, and that's the eyes on my sweatshirt. I've got licensing royalties from other companies. Now, that has been a huge part of my success. I mean, without my logo licensing, I don't know if I'd even be here right now talking about this. So that hasn't went into my savings though. That has went to just pay debt, pay debt, pay debt. So I'm in debt, and it's a never-ending process. You're trying to swim out of the hole, and it's hard. So if you're fortunate to have a cool logo that somebody wants to license from you, you're not going to get rich off of it, but you may bring in some money, which is great. And finally, if you're independently wealthy, now, like I said, you can own your own business, you can have your own product line, and use television as a marketing vehicle. Great idea, great platform. You've known from watching Predator Quest, I don't even hardly push my own calls. Like I'm very, I'm not in your face that way. I'm very shy, and I don't even pimp my own product. Whereas if I have my brother on television, he's saying, I called this call with the Jack Deluxe, or I called this coyote in with the Jack Deluxe. My brother pushes my product great, but I'm always timid about pushing my own product. And it's just me. I've just never been an in-your-face, push my stuff kind of guy. So this is very important right here. A lot of people, like if I was to poll 10 people and say, do you think television in the outdoor industry pays you to be on TV? Guaranteed 9 out of 10 would say yes, they get paid to be on TV. So many people come to me and say it must be rough to get paid to be on TV. Well, I wish that were the case, okay? It's not that way. The network, you pay them to be on TV. Like I said, you're paying them 150 grand to be on TV, okay? They're using your footage, your edited shows, then they're calling up Dish or whoever and saying, listen, we've got a good bunch of outdoor shows here. We'll sell these to you. You can air them on your network. They're making money off of you. You know, you're doing all the grunt work, and they're reaping the reward off of you. So just bear in mind with that. I've seen, just since I started, I've seen so many television shows come and go. Like, they come out and they're the baddest ass person on the planet. Oh, they're in your face, arrogant, cocky, come up to you and want to pick fights with you at shows, what have you, outdoor shows. And in 2 years, they're gone. They're gone. You never hear them again. I've known of numerous guys like that. They were coming out, they're the greatest thing that ever happened, and poof, they're gone overnight. They went broke, lost their house, lost everything, and they're never heard of again. So just keep that in mind. 24/7, 365 days a year, you're needing sponsors. Okay? That is the most crucial element to this whole television platform. You've got to have sponsors, okay? Without my sponsors, I would not be on television. They see the value in me. They allow me to push their product. I believe in their product, and I'm able to have a television show because of them. So that is very, very crucial. There's never a day that you don't need another sponsor. To me, I get to a point where I just can't please them all, you know, because they've got in their contract, you got to post so many posts on social media. You've got to take so many pictures. They want many videos of each TV episode, and it's got to be to their place by this time. And you've got to reconcile all that and send them the proof that you've done it all. And it is a full-time job. Nonetheless, I actually work 100, 120 hours a week. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Okay, down here, this is really important too. Television is not much of a teaching platform. Okay? And all that means is you can't really teach because you've got to be showing products in action. The only way you show products in action is you've got to be hunting or fishing all the time, because you've got to show that product doing its job, right? So you can't really teach. And for me, coming to YouTube, now I can teach. Now I can show you things that coyotes are doing and why they're doing them, and what I would do in this scenario or that scenario, and why I'm doing this. And it's a much different platform for me, and I don't have to pay to be on YouTube. That is the most important. So now I'm going to scrub this down, and I'm going to put YouTube up there. I'm going to show you some of the analysis that I've seen with YouTube, and you can compare the two, knowing that it's a lot of money to be on television. And now we're going to take a look at YouTube. Okay, I'm back with the YouTube side of things now, and I hope you're enjoying this. It does take a little bit of work, but you know, I'm really enjoying this. I'm able to talk just normal, have a good time, and I love to teach. The older I get, I love to teach, and perhaps it's not much teaching, I'm explaining, but now we're going to dive into the YouTube side of thing. We just went over the television. Now we'll do this and talk about YouTube. The thing about YouTube that I love is so affordable. Basically, I have my own personal time in filming, and it's not as rigorous as having to go out and film a hunt all the time. I can talk face to face with you, and we can go over things, and I can just be a talking head, if you will, if you want to learn and listen to me this way. And if you can retain what I'm saying, then it's a great platform. So it's very affordable. I just have my own time involved. And then I have editing from my editor, which I send the cards to him, he edits, and we upload. Okay? I don't have any closed captioning expense. So when I produce a television show, I have to use a closed captioning company, and they close caption. And that's for all the people that cannot hear, so they can read what's being said at the bottom of the screen. And here, what's really the most important is that it's much more realistic and simple edits and filming. Like I said, I can film a lot of this without having a videographer. I can film it myself. I don't need any other help. So there's no cost of another employee. And as far as the edits go, my editor gives me a break, because it's much easier for him to edit, because he doesn't have 30 pages of production guidelines to worry about. So that's what makes it really nice. The thing that I really, really love about YouTube is once you turn a video online or make it public, boom, you instantly have a worldwide audience. Now, if I air on television, it's a controlled audience. It's just in the United States, or if I'm in Canada airing on Wild TV, it's just in Canada, okay? I just checked, I just hit public a video this morning, and I've already had showing, it's had 350 views, and here's the country so far, and this isn't all of them that have already viewed it: United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Sweden, Taiwan, Australia, South Korea, Turkey, Finland, Mexico, the Philippines, Russia, Saudi Arabia. Instantly, people are watching my videos all over the country. Now, how cool is that? Okay? So if you're a company and I'm using your product, and all of a sudden now it's being seen all over the world, how long do you think it's going to be before sponsors are coming to me instead of me always having to go to them, okay? I promote what I use all the time, but now I have a little more leverage because I'm on a platform where more people are watching me, okay? So it's great. The production guidelines. I have a worldwide audience, and I don't have production guidelines. You know how many YouTube videos I've watched where people are dropping the F-bomb every other word and this and that? You won't see that on television, okay? That's very important. I'm going to keep it sane and pretty fun to watch, I hope. So the production guidelines, I have my own set of production guidelines, if you will. So that's very nice right there. I make money from YouTube. I've got 61 videos on YouTube right now. I haven't made a penny. I've spent a ton of money because I'm paying for the editing and the time to upload and this and that. I'm hoping that someday it will be a revenue stream for me. I'm hoping, okay? The way I can make money from YouTube is I first have to get subscribers, and then I have to get views. It all goes on the views, and then you need thumbs up. You need a like. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up if it helped you in any way. And I know just out of spite, people give me a thumbs down, but you know what? You're a nobody. I don't care, okay? I do not need a sponsor, okay? It would be nice to have sponsors, but I don't need one. I can film right here, right now. It's not costing me much, okay? I film it, I send it to my editor, he uploads it, I pay him a little bit, and it's done. Whereas television, I'm paying a couple grand to edit an episode. I'm paying a videographer to film it. We're gone for 3-4 days to film one TV episode. So I have a great amount of expense in a television episode. But once my subscriber base gets higher, I've already gained, just this morning, I've gained 6 subscribers, okay? That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm taking baby steps, and I'm all about taking baby steps. I want to start slow and build it, okay? Sponsors will want to sponsor me when they see that my subscriber number and views increase, okay? If I start, you can go to my page, Everything Outdoors with Les, go to my home, and then go clear over on the right below my main picture on the screen, it says About. Click on About. That will tell you how many views I've had when my channel was started. I started mine in July or June, and it tells you how far I've come. And that's going to tell you when we hit June of this year, I hope I have a couple 100,000 views. That would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I just passed over 100,000 views. I've gotten, in the last 28 days, I've had 55,000 views. That is huge, huge. Because it took me a long time to get to 50,000, and now it's starting to incrementally increase and get bigger. The snowball is rolling down the hill, and it's getting bigger and it's gaining speed, okay? So it's all about the subscriber number and the number of views. I need those to gain traction in the whole YouTube platform. That gives me marketability. That's when a company's going to call me and say, hey, we'd like to be a part of your YouTube channel. We see your views. Remember now, they're contacting me. I'm not contacting them, because they feel like that I can be a marketing platform for their product, okay? I do not need constant action for viewers. YouTube is about teaching. It's about passing on knowledge. It's about helping. Television, I can't really slow my television show down to not give you action. I can't just have a 20-minute episode on television of just me talking in front of the camera. You'd be like, that show's terrible. They don't kill anything. I've heard that over and over by a lot of people. There's certain shows that just don't have any hunts, you know. So I don't need the constant action on YouTube to make it feasible for some people. This is very important. It's an awesome teaching platform. Where else are you going to find the information, just what I've showed you in this video, anywhere else? How many people do you know that have had a television show for 12 years in the outdoor industry that can relate to you what they've been through and what it takes to have a TV show? 1, 2, any, none? Probably not many. So I'm one of those people. This is the most important for me. As I get older, to me, it's all about control. So many companies, so many people, so many things out there want to control you. I am my own person. I'm my own man, and I'll do my own stuff. I don't care if I fail. If I fail, I'll start something else. But this is so important to me. There is no control of my footage. It's mine, okay? Now I've already seen on YouTube, there's already people copying all my footage and blasting it out in their name, and they're trying to monetize it, and they're probably going to make some money off of it. I'm going to find out what I need to do to slow that down. But the fact is, I'm the real Joe. They can copy me. They can do whatever they want. It tells me a lot about the person, if you know what I mean. I have control of my own footage. What you see from me is real. It's not make-believe. And I hope you learned something from this. I think I learned something just going back through it. I'm like, holy cow, why haven't I been on YouTube? You know, it's such a neat vehicle for me to be able to pass on my information. And I plan on passing on so much knowledge and so many fun trips and this and that and talking. I got so many hunts I want to relate to you, and I just hope you enjoy it. That's the main thing. So please give me a thumbs up on this video if you learned something, if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button. Have your friends subscribe. And then hit the bell right beside it, and it'll notify you whenever I release a new video such as this one, and you'll stay on top of what I'm doing, where I'm going. And that's my goal with YouTube. I want to let you know where I'm at, what I'm doing. I want to do live. I want to go live and answer questions. I want to do all that. Problem is, I'm one guy trying to do everything, and my expectations are always clear up here, and in reality, they need to be down here because you can just only do so much. I enjoy getting it out there, and I'm having so much fun with this YouTube stuff because now I'm able to relate to people on a one-on-one basis. I may be talking to somebody down in Australia right now, which is so cool to me. Knowing that there's a red fox caller down there and he's just digging what I'm doing, and I'd love to go to Australia someday and call red fox, you know, or dingoes or what have you. But I hope you learned something. That's the bottom line, and I hope you enjoyed the morning Java with Les. I know I have went through a lot. Until next time, I'm going to be coming up with another video. That's the great thing. There's thousands of them I can produce. But if you have a video that you want to see, some talking point you want me to cover that can help you be more successful in the hunting industry or the hunting world as you know it, or even fishing. I'm a very avid fisherman. Please ask me. Don't just hold it all just to predators, because I'm a very accomplished deer hunter as well. I love hunting big game. I've arrowed big elk and deer, and I've done it all. Called bear. I've done it all. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. I'm tuning out.